Everyone. My name is John Jennings. I'm production director at MachineGames for our most recent game, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Looking forward to watching someone break our game and rip it to shreds over the course of the next hour. With me is Axel. Say hi, Axel.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Axel Turvenius. I'm creative director at MachineGames and on Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And I share John's enthusiasm here to see this crazy speed run that is obviously already up and running. This will be fun, John.
Yeah.
This is interesting. It's the whole experience of trying to capture some of the moments that everyone recollects and remembers from the Raiders was an interesting challenge that we had when we worked on this portion and section of the game, trying to recreate some memorable moments here. Obviously,
these
running past all of them.
Right past all the bits we worked so hard on. Yeah. Oh boy. This was the first scenes we recreated with Troy and the rest of the crew, and it was a real chance for him to prove his chops at recreating Harrison and doing such a fantastic job.
Indeed, and also, oh, okay, there we go. It's almost hard to focus to think about stuff when we're watching this crazy run. But specifically, like all the sections and moments here in the beginning, obviously, the movies, or specifically Raiders, undergone so much scrutiny from the dev team in terms of trying to match up certain iconic moments and scenes, and really try to making sure that the representation that we had here in the game.
Oh, we messed up there. Awesome. That's cool. Yeah.
Even possible.
No, it's totally possible. It's just damn difficult.
My God.
What's he doing there?
Trying to throw as quick as possible. Okay. And this is like a proper speedrun, but in the game. It's running for your life, dear Indy.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously we have.
I was just going to say, all the time you spent on these scenes, Axel, saying we really want to create this tense and spooky atmosphere that the player's going to be, drawn in and, pick up all the atmosphere and all the spooky vibes and over and done with in three seconds.
All gone.
Yeah. Months of work experienced in 2 seconds.
Indeed. We still get to see a bit of this extremely nice environment, Marshall College, working hard trying to recreate it. Really interesting to see it in this new hasty representation. But you can still kind of get the sensation of that we are in Marshall College, even though it goes just very, very, very fast.
Figure out why he went to get that adventure note.
You don't really need that.
No, exactly. There must be a reason.
Marcus, help me out here.
And here, dear Indy is trying to get to the precious pendant, trying to see what clues the giant left behind.
A pendant, is it? Must have got caught when he left through the window.
It's a lot of content being not played.
It's a beautiful journal, isn't it? Who's it from? Doesn't say.
Or the lovely note from Marion.
What are you packing? And just where are you planning on?
Only the essentials.
I think these moments are kind of hard to skip through. You need to really collect all of these to be able to progress.
Yeah. It's when he's gonna get to the Vatican that it'll be interesting to see, because we kind of start the game in a bit more of a linear way, get you into the vibe, get you into the moods, and explaining the story. There's not a lot you can skip, but yeah, we have there's a lot of different routes actually through this first part of the Vatican as well, in the Castel. It looks like it looks like a linear level, but there's actually a whole bunch of different routes you can get through. It'll be interesting to see which one he takes.
And I mean, some of them are unlocked as well throughout you playing through the map. You will just like find your way, backtracking and finding more interesting ways to get around.
Yeah.
But
Straight past.
why bother with combat?
Yeah. I remember we spent so much time with like figuring out what are we going to teach the player here? Okay, this bit's going to be the blocking tutorial. Oh, this bit here is where we're going to teach the player about the first time they use the whip. Is this? And like, yeah, whatevs.
No, this was obviously the ledge run section, John.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a good one. That's nice. He avoided having to do the whip climb. That's cool.
That's nice. There are things to be learned here.
I have a sneaky suspicion there's going to be quite a few cliff exploits over the course of the next hour.
I sure hope so. Right?
Oh, sweet. That's a good one. Yeah. I had seen that one. I had seen that one. Our QA guy spotted it, but yeah. There's a whole bunch of little exploits, but I mean it's a single player game, right? And you know, we would a lot of these things get reported as bugs by our QA team, and we're like,
and we hope that no one
break the game. It doesn't break the game, right? You know, let's leave it in. I mean, it's
true. I mean, at least we're not off the map or the playable space. We're still playing the game here. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Cornettos, those are important.
Don't forget the Conati. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Need your carbs to get through the level.
Indeed. And they are Antonio.
He stole something from me, and I mean to find out what.
And
What did you steal?
Well,
it's a surreal experience, since all context is being lost, basically, almost.
I hope they fit.
The scene here where he's having to wait for Antonio to finish talking could have been longer. There was, do you remember earlier in Dev when we actually had to have Indy, you actually had to respond to Antonio when he finished his line. You'd have to like then trigger the next reply line from things. So that could have taken even longer. But it didn't help the game. So we did, and it was just better to just like let the conversation play out automatically. So
Yeah,
save this guy a few seconds.
yeah, indeed. And surely he's not waiting for...
Yes, there's one. I think there's one.
Oh no. Through the...
Yeah.
get that gate open for
You don't need no swing. You don't need no swimming tutorial.
you.
Yeah, we don't need to make a cool reveal shot when I get out from the water either, right?
There is a very special key.
Indeed.
It'll give you access to places in the Vatican only priests are allowed.
It's good at least that Antonio is also a hasty man, so he's made it down here quickly,
Yeah.
following you. Was pretty late addition to the game, this section overall. Going down with Antonio to find secrets there is not. It was something that was added not in the last minute, but it was added kind of late in production, which is
It was. We felt that there was there was too much of a pause of the secret spooky tomb kind of stuff going on for a while. After you start off with Peru, and then you go all the way through Marshall College, then the beginning of Vatican, and then took quite a long time to get down into the catacombs later. So we did a bit of a pace breaker in there.
Why would you need those ability books?
That's going to make you stronger for later.
Oh yeah, of course. Need your strength. And there was a lot of interesting ways of moving around in the Vatican when we were developing this and trying to figure out how to traverse the entirety and working with scaffolding and all the ways of guiding the player around, which is completely not used here, obviously. No.
Where's you off to now? Yes! Awesome! Straight to Gina? Is he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Oh no, he's made a mistake. Oh no, he's not.
Not even. It's like
Yeah, he's gonna go straight to Gina, I bet. Yes. Fantastic.
yeah, yes. Fantastic and sad at the same time, but this is very cool.
There's a few hours cut straight out with a nice little exploit. That's awesome.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't understand how someone could find all of these glitches and holes.
Just have to spend a few hours just running around, jumping at walls and grinding against surfaces, trying to find places to get weak. Shouldn't be.
Running around as a priest. That's good. Swapping to
He's been able to, I guess, skip everything related to the getting the inscription photographs. He won't have the camera though.
Yeah, exactly. Or no?
No, he won't.
But that's weird though. Don't you need the camera later on? I'm confused now. I think that would be my takeaway from this confusion, right? Oh, it's the first combat. Nice.
Yeah.
Good, Gina.
There we go. I was trying to figure out what he was trying to do. A nice little fizz push there.
Still eating cornetos, so that's nice. Oh. Here we go. Backside of the map.
This is totally non-playable space. Where's he is he? Okay, he's just skipping the whole of the puzzle. Yeah. And into the silver and gold trials. This is awesome. Is he going to get all the way to the treasure chamber? I guess so.
Glad you're excited. God. Okay, this is insane.
He's into the secret monastery.
How far can you run here?
Probably skip. Fight with... No, he's doing the... Yeah, okay. I was wondering if he was going to bypass everything even with Locust.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
No, but he needs his carbs.
That's good. Gina is taking down the pace here.
I can hear someone back there.
Let's keep going. There's got to be an exit up ahead.
Secret passage. Yeah, it feels like everything that we've seen so far has been some type of weird secret passage now.
Found in the library.
Antonio?
I do have friends. quite the
There we go. Fantastic reveal shot. Locust fight as at its finest.
Yeah, this is how you do a boss fight. I mean, it does amazingly tense scene there.
we don't want to be.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, where are you going?
Following the Nazis.
A lot of hard work went in though to crafting this secret treasury. All the fantastic little assets that we have populated the space with. Sell the narrative of this secret treasury.
Let's find out what they locked up.
I guess they're not playing on the... Yeah, well, they must be playing on the latest, or at least a recent build, because there was mortified in the initial launch of the game with this awful bug where if you played certain missions in a certain order, then as soon as you went into the treasure chamber, Gina would just go and open the exit straight off. And I remember just feeling absolutely mortified that some players were experiencing that on launch weekend. We got it fixed pretty quickly, but we missed the whole of the scene with Locust and the cat mummy explaining what happened to the cat mummy and everything, and he just like skipped straight through it. It was awful, but thankfully we got it fixed super
Quite
quick.
crucial from a narrative point of view, I would say.
Yeah, madly. But so I guess he's playing a more recent version of the game. Hopefully, could have shaved a couple more minutes off.
Yeah.
Did.
Can't bypass this. Right. I wonder if that fight scene we got to see outside the puzzle would be the only one. If you're able to just like run past through all of the rest.
Well, if we're gonna get through the entirety of the game in an hour, then I think there's gonna have to be another couple just as significant as that.
You can trust a good old ledge climb at least.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We're already by the Zeppelin.
Yeah. I mean, that's not bad. 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Remember in the closing months of dev when we were estimating like play times and things, and we said, yeah, it's going to take you players at least 4 hours to get through to the end of Vatican. And I think you've been telling lies as well, Axel. I mean, I saw you in loads of press previews and things saying this is the biggest game MachineGames has ever done, and
Yeah.
here we are in 20 minutes, and we're
Yeah,
this
I saw it wrong. I've been lying or marketing made me say it.
by the Führer himself.
No, it is a big game. It is a big game. It's a very cool game.
Why is he getting the Führer adventure notes?
I don't know.
Okay, so how are we gonna find your contact?
This would be interesting.
أنا شايف إنك فوق عليك جرحك الخطير.
I mean, there are things that most likely, obviously not, is crucial. Like lighter, most likely in this bizarre world of reality that we are watching right now, is not crucial to be able to. The snake is cool.
I'm trying to think if you can complete the entire game without the camera. I guess you can. It's clues only. There's a couple of mission objectives that you have to complete with the camera to at least advance the quest on the in what it shows on the objectives on the left of the screen. But I guess if you know what to do, you can just not bother doing that. Like you're supposed to take a photo of like you're supposed to take the photo of where Naval's tent is. Take the photo, but then that advances the step in the mission stages. But I guess if you know where to go, I guess you probably can complete the whole game without the camera.
It's a weird thought though, but at the same time, just seeing someone running out in the void on top of the entirety of the the tombs and the catacombs on the fire, and I like, well, now anything will be possible. So it'll be interesting to see how this map is lulled through in, I guess, 10 minutes.
He's not going for any of the...
With walking distances here, that's nice.
Yeah. He's not going for any of the steely, so he's all the lighter. He's going straight for the... He's going straight for the HQ.
Yeah.
I don't need no disguise.
A person on a mission. But it is nice. We get to see some of the fantastically good-looking environment art here, produced by the team back here at MachineGames for the environment in Giza and the sandbox. I'm sorry to say that the team working hard on the entirety of the underground of Vatican, we didn't see much of that. But here at least, a lot of hard work and cool art went in.
Let's see how he's going to get into the... He's clearly going for the HQ. Or is he... He's not going to go straight to the Sunsparker. There must be an exploit here. He's going to get straight through into the HQ at least.
Okay.
There we go. That was it.
My God. This is tough. Ah. You clever way. Obviously, we were trying to convey this very cool and big military HQ here, located in right outside the pyramids, where Emmerich was and his henchman is holding up this large military compound. Plenty of cool things to explore.
Is he gonna... He's clearly luring that captain over here, because he's come into a state of the mission here where none of the enemies have spawned, because we're not at that part of the mission yet. And he's bringing that one captain... He's going to do that fizz exploit and get him to... I bet he's going to... Is he going to launch him? We're getting close to the pyramid.
Yeah.
Is it going to go straight into the back to the sun? No. But where are we going to? He's going to. Are we going to? Because the route to the Sunsparker, I think, like comes nearly underneath here, right?
But
and the underground tunnels and stuff.
I didn't even see how we managed to do that weird physics push last time.
Pushing him, I think it's the player capsules getting inside the collision of the enemy.
Oh,
That's just creating a huge fist push. There we go. Whilst the poor old physics engine tries to resolve those irreconcilable forces of having two objects inside each other, tries to separate them with immense velocities, and you end up flying into the ground, into the air.
crazy. So now we're playing on the pyramids, that's nice.
There's going to be a hole here, I bet, and we're going to fall through there.
Most likely, yes.
Because we are by... I think the Sunsparker tunnels run right underneath here, right?
It's in the region.
Yeah.
Where's this? Oh, there we go. No?
Actually, have no idea where we are right now.
No, I don't recognize this. I mean, obviously I don't recognize this part of the map since I've never been in this part of the map. And I'm trying to figure out where that light shot. well, this is from a game dev point of view, it's really nice to see this backside of the backside of the
That's
map.
the way that's the way you always put the most effort in, right? Is where you tell the art team, like, you know, that one day some speedrunner is going to see the back of that asset, so you better make sure it looks good. Oh, there we go. Into the Sunsparker.
Oh,
Brilliant. Brilliant.
that's not. I mean, we do our share of no clipping and flying around in the maps for, you know, different reviewing purposes, but this is on a different level. Okay, no way of skipping this at least, that's nice. That's cool. Nice to get to see the fine moment of the tunnel collapsing on top of you. That's very sweet.
Well, 8 minutes for Giza.
Yeah, impressive, I would say. Impressive.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Oh,
Go and tell the team that tomorrow, right? That's years of work. Well done for making that 8 minutes.
You said you've been here before.
at least, you know, here's a nice, slow-paced walking section in a fantastically cool-looking environment. That's
Yeah.
to see.
Bridge looks unstable.
The team at least managed to
Right first.
really capture the blizzard here and the harsh weather of the Himalayas. Let's see how we can break that.
Watch out! You okay?
I'm fine.
Straight.
Careful, Johnson.
I got it.
It's crazy how the storm is up here.
Oh no, leaving Gina behind.
Let's get it. Get out of here.
I'm all here.
Yeah, it's such a... Okay. That's weird. I mean, you mentioned earlier, John, the performance of Troy Baker, how happy we are that we managed to have him on the project, and the performance he's doing, really capturing the spirit of Indiana Jones. But at the same time, we're equally happy with Alessandra Mastronardi, that is playing Gina as well. He has this stellar performance, and then as a pair has just been really, really, really amazing to work with throughout this production.
Yeah, it was great. I remember when the auditions were going on, and originally Troy was cast first, but then we got the audition with Alessandra, and they did a piece together because the chemistry between them was going to be so important because you know they're the main characters throughout the game. Just when they were in that audition together and playing off each other, it was just it was obvious as obvious as could be that we really lucked out and found two people who were going to have just great air quotes on screen chemistry for the game. We totally lucked out.
It's just so insanely very cool also. I've touched upon this topic a couple of times in interviews before, but you know, really seeing the work that goes in to, you know, from the team, from the dev team in terms of writing dialogue, planning scenes, doing all the prep work for shoots, you know, everything that goes into just like crafting everything that is needed to have strong characters in the game, but then seeing the talent taking that and elevating it and moving forward, and both with Alessandra and Troy, and also obviously with Marius Gabrielis playing Voss, and Tony Todd, that unfortunately is no longer with us, playing Locust. Seeing them just taking what has been written and crafted in terms of concept art or models, and you know, adding so much to it, really, you know, pushing the characters to come alive and become something that is bigger. That has just been really fantastically cool to see and witness and be part of.
Yeah, you knew it was going to be. You knew it was going to be good when you just saw them on, even when the cameras weren't running. When they were just on stage or hanging around in the green rooms together, whatever they were having fun with each other. They were enjoying being around each other and having a great time together. And I think that just translated into some really good performances.
Even, I mean, I participated in some of the early table reads where they just gather up like all the talent and have them read scripts off and just like bouncing lines around. And even in those kind of early sessions, you could really tell that this was a really magical little group coming together, doing something fantastically cool. So no real big...
Not yet, no. I mean, it's the linear levels again, right?
Those are what they are.
Yeah.
To some extent.
Can't wait to see him get through 10 seconds.
Kind of managed to get through Martial College very quick, which is very linear. But
I don't want to stay in this room.
Oh, come on, Indy. Not even waiting for Gina? She's still fighting. See you later, Gina.
a true gentleman.
Shout if you need help.
I will be over here breaking the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Always running through all this, yes, of course.
Yeah. That's it, buddy.
I mean, speaking about, suspense and horror, that kind of sensation is obviously a bit lost, but this map as a whole is one of the fewer maps throughout the entirety of the game where we're kind of playing heavily towards the almost like spooky aspects and spooky themes, with a lot of stealth and sneaking around and dead frozen bodies and all of that.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the definitely one of the eeriest bits of the game for sure. Yeah, so a little bit of a tone change, and that we had to work or talk quite a lot about how far we pushed it and how weirded out with these kind of frozen Nazis.
We had a lot of conversations that
We did.
how scary can frozen corpses actually be to still feel that it's on tone with something that basically almost like a family IP. And I think that's something that has been really, really interesting with this project as a whole, because it needs to be really on tone and on brand in terms of who is Indiana Jones and what is the world of Indiana Jones, and trying to hit that right amount of matinee kind of adventure, sometimes spookiness, but then of course a lot of action as well. So it doesn't become too grim.
Yeah. I remember it's also about how far we can push their kind of deaths, how grisly we can make it before it starts becoming having them as almost sympathetic characters, because we sure as hell don't want to portray these people as with any kind of a sympathy at all. So it was it was a challenge.
Interesting balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, not seeing all the cool things and the
You only just made that one.
construction. We get to see some of it. Oh yeah, the flates, nice.
Magnus, you're 5 months working on Houdini simulations of the ship being ripped to shreds.
That's crazy.
We'll wait for Gina here. Come on, Gina. She
Nice though.
Here she comes. Still happy to help you out, even though you left her out on the lower decks.
Yeah. Very kind.
There we go.
I was about to start talking about how interesting it was to try to get that enormous set piece together with this beast of a ship careening down the mountain. But here we are instead of Shanghai.
Aerobat Axel.
What is the expression? Out of the frying pan into the fire?
The burning Shanghai. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, this is definitely the kind of like these levels back to back are definitely sort of like the high point of the sort of like action parts of the game, right? It's kind of
It
different.
is.
We have the whole sequence with the battleship going kind of crazy, and then straight into this bombed-out city, and then the sequences that follow on. It's definitely a kind of like the oh sweet, that was a good one. Oh, he's going back for Gina though. No, he's not.
I mean, you need Gina sooner or later here, but she might just... Oh.
She'll magically teleport if you need her, don't worry.
Oh no, not even watching those fantastically cool planes.
It's nice though. I mean, say that this is definitely this sort of like more of the action part of the game, right? So we talked a lot about the game being more adventure than action, right?
Yeah.
It's
True.
kind of like finding the balance. Everyone was, was saying it up front like action adventure, but no, we're like no, it's adventure action. But
Yeah.
we do have our action moments, and then the whole Shanghai.
And I mean, as I think that's interesting that you mentioned that, John, because it's been like one of the core focuses, one of the big one throughout the entirety of the production as well, trying to hit that balance, just finding that sweet spot where we are like not becoming too much of action or too slow pace in terms of like puzzle solving for too long, but just finding the sweet spot in between, having set piece and then a slower pace section, and then more of something else that just like keeps you on your toes and constantly feeding into the narrative. Because that is something that we constantly do throughout the entirety of the game. Everything, even though it's like bombastic action set piece, or if it's a slower part of the game where basically walking around, everything feeds always back into the narrative and the goal of the game.
Yeah.
I was a bit curious if there was like any way of skipping or like speed running through this section, but it seems that it's just straightforward flying through it.
Are you challenging them, Axel? Are you calling out their speedrunning credentials?
I wouldn't dare to. But hard time seeing you could be able to skip all of this. It's a pretty long distance that we are traversing as well. But I'm sure there are ways.
Oh, with physics is a wonderful thing. There are many ways to skip all kinds of things.
But this section, specifically this part of the river, I would say is also one of those good examples where we, from development point of view or, just the art point of view, put in so much effort in terms of making sure that, when you're looking down and when you're looking around, that the environment needs to really look like it's populated and lived in. And then obviously we are flying by everything extremely quick, but still it's very hard to cheat there. You really need to populate it to make it feel like it's a realistic environment. So
Yeah. I mean, we spend a lot of time and effort on these, and but they are. I guess as we talked about a minute ago, like these are like the action high points of the game, right? And you can't have a Indiana Jones experience without some kind of like crazy mad set piece moments, right? So that's a really important part of the of what it means to be an Indiana Jones sort of experience, be it a film or be it a game. So you need to make those investments, and I think there are a nice palettes change, you know, after some of the slower paced bits in the sandbox, heavy adventure bits, and then suddenly we have a few high octane adventure moments.
Yeah.
It's, it breaks it up nicely.
There's also something that, you know, been something that we threw out very consciously, making sure that the overall pacing in terms of which type of bio. What?
Wait a minute. Where did he get that camera?
Well, and how could we have skipped all of the other things? Okay. I forgot what I was about to say. This was weird.
I'm sorry, Axel. I was yabbering on. I was
No, no, no.
waiting to see. There's probably a way. We probably give it to the player at the start of a level, I expect.
Oh yeah, maybe. What is this source?
I don't need no boat.
Map unlocked. Okay.
You'll be waiting for waiting for Gina to finish talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might as well get the map and some bread whilst you wait for her to finish her chat.
She's a reporter, so.
Wah. No idea where they are now. Oh, we're at the wall. There we go. This is the back of the. This is the back of the Camaro. Sorry, the Nephilim archive of the Great Wall.
Yeah.
Right.
How did they manage to?
I don't know how we got here so that quickly, and we're out of the water volume. That's always good.
Huh.
So is he going to go straight into?
Okay. I guess I'm seeing where this is heading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the edge. That's got to be. It's got to be the edge of the archive.
Yeah.
I think he. I'm sure I saw an exploit that let you even skip all of the archive and didn't need it at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn it.
But he's not going into the archive. Yes. Our procedurally generated. We spent a lot of time on the on the vegetation scattering system.
No, but the jungle as a whole, we spent a lot of time making it look like
The system to place all the trees, so all of our art team didn't have to spend time putting down every single last tree.
I'm more curious why they're even,
Here we are. This.
Okay.
Straight into Giza. Iraq. I guess that he must. Yeah. That would have been the exit. That would have been the exit squeeze from the end of Sukhothai when Voss has Gina. Straight through to the squeeze, and then the squeeze will always trigger the next level.
Okay.
Is he gonna bother rescuing Gina?
Take a while, less. Or maybe you have to. I don't know.
He's been doing pretty well by himself so far.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going straight for the. He's not bothering with Gina. He's going. You need Gina over here to.
Yeah, because I mean, in the normal world,
Yeah.
absolutely need
Oh,
Gina.
here we go. Here's another clip exploit. Clearly, beautiful. To be rocket propelled upwards, I get the sense.
Well, at least we get to see some nice materials up and close.
Smack that fizz. Straight.
Where is this going? It was a cool map to develop, though. The Iraq map. With the cigarettes being all ominous and cool.
Is he not going to die here? He's not.
Of course.
Oh, was he just going to trigger a checkpoint? I guess. No, maybe not now.
I'm confused. A lot of research at least went into making this fairly historical, accurate representation of the Ziggurat of Ur, what it actually looked like back in the 30s. But it wasn't, though, covered with scaffolding from enemy forces. And
Yeah. That's the case with a lot of the game, right? So you had to... there's loads of, obviously, photographic records and videos of how things look now, but how things looked in the 1930s is a lot trickier to get right. I mean, I know we're long out of... We're way out of Sukhothai now, because we're way past that, but there was a lot went into trying to find how did the Khmer temples look in the 1930s when before the area had been kind of renovated, or before the archaeologists or whatever had got there at all. And there's far fewer records of what it looked like in there in what's Thailand these days in the 30s.
Yeah, we managed to find a bunch of nice reference photos. I think they were dating from like 1939 or early 30s from some expeditions, where you could actually see that the majority of some of the temples in Sukhothai was almost basically as piles of gravel, and then some of the structures were standing, and then a lot of renovation and like, you know, different attempts to restore them has been undergoing. The same with this space, obviously not this space, but the temple above the Ziggurat of Ur was restored like in the 60s by Saddam Hussein, but what it looked like before was basically almost a pile of gravel and rock, and you know, the general shape of it.
I love how he got through that level there without any soldiers. That was... A lot of people find that last stealth sequence super tricky to get through. It's a lot easier when there's no enemies around.
We are at the end already. What is it?
Nearly at the end in MachineGames' Magnus Opus 1 hour game. Yeah, pretty good. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I still has to get through this fight yet, though. I know a lot of people have had challenges with bosses' last fights, especially because he's got virtually no ability books, adventure books, upgrades, etc. So he's doing this fight pretty much as you were at the start of the game. So that's kind of impressive.
It is, and obviously it's very difficult since Voss knows karate. So it's a fight.
He's been kind of cautious, and I can understand that. This is a tough fight.
It is. Voss is a tough guy.
Yeah. I certainly can't get through it without a couple of health bar upgrades or a stamina upgrade or two. That's pretty good. Hands off. Yeah, sorry. Hats off to this guy. Hats off to this guy.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
And there's also like all of these moments where encountering Voss, where the performance of Marius Gavrilis really shines through, how eerie and spooky and just extremely unpleasant Voss is as a character. That's a lot of that is to thank Marius Gavrilis for, that's for sure. Here we go.
Yeah, he put a lot into the game. A lot of personal time as well.
He did.
Real scene support after the game as well. Yeah. But he's not long for the world now, unfortunately.
And Locust, our beloved Locust.
Yeah,
Tony Todd doing such a extremely
rest in peace.
fantastic work.
Wow, and there we go. Now
that was wild and a bit bizarre and surreal and strange and sad and fantastically cool at the same time. But
Impressive,
I mean,
actually. I want to say impressive. I enjoyed it.
hands down. And I mean, I think that it's fair to say that for me and John, it's been extremely cool to be able to see this and have the opportunity to be part of a React video here. And I think, John, we need to reiterate also about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle coming to PS5, right?
Yeah, or even, who knows, out now. So don't forget, it's great having the game coming out on PlayStation as well. A lot more people able to play it now, so really, really pleased. And hope those of you who've not had the chance to play it get the chance to play it and have a really good fun time playing it.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for
Thank you very much.
and listening to me.
Hope you enjoyed it.